guys, this is Paul Turner, Stock Doc. In this segment, we're going to be demonstrating the Nu-Blu products and the Rust Away products. Now, Rust Away is a rust neutralizer that if you have a rusty barrel, before you blue it, you always want to neutralize the rust when you sand it, because what's going to happen is if you don't, that rust is going to continue to keep coming back out of your gun. So, simple product to use. Just pour a little bit into a container. Take a paper towel and just roll it up like this and set that aside. Now you want to sand the rust off the barrel first with a 400 grit sandpaper. Now you'll see that the rust is here. You want to sand that rust out of there. Now this is pretty heavily rusted here, so we're going to go with a 220 and we're going to cut that out of there. Don't be afraid to be aggressive with the barrel. As long as you finish up with a 400 grit sandpaper, you're going to be fine. Don't use anything higher than 400 grit. If you use anything higher than a 400 grit, you're polishing the barrel, and a polished barrel won't take bluing. Now we're only going to sand the areas that need to be sanded. There's no rust on this section of the barrel, so we'll leave this section alone. We don't need to redo the whole barrel. We only need to redo the section that has the rust on it. The nice thing about Nu-Blu is it will go back to the original color of the original bluing without affecting the original bluing. Just wipe off the dust, and then you just dip your paper towel into your Nu-Blu, or I'm sorry, into your Rust Away, and just wipe it on. Now let that set for about an hour, and that's going to get a film on it, and then you're going to want to steel wool that off in about an hour. You see how that's turning black? That's turning that back into metal again. And that's it. Then you just let it set for about an hour. Hi, we're back again. It's been about an hour, and now we're going to just buff off the coating that was left on by the Rust Away. You want to get that all off of there so that it'll take the bluing, because it does leave a coating that won't take bluing. So now that we've got that off of there, we just want to run it over one more time with a 400 grit sandpaper. And then we'll steel wool it off. Now you're going to want to take your Nu-Blu, shake it up real well. Pour just a little bit into a container. Doesn't take much. Have your paper towel ready. Now this can be done on cold metal. Excuse me. You're not going to get the best results if you don't heat the metal up. So we're going to just take a little propane torch here. You don't want the metal to get too hot. All you want to do is just a couple inches away. About 30 or 40 seconds. And then dip your paper towel into your Nu-Blu and start wiping the section that you sanded. Now reheat it every few seconds. That's going to drive the bluing into the metal. What you're doing when you're heating the metal is you're sweating out the water. All barrels have water in them. You can see the colors changing. That's drying that out. It's drawing out the water and it's opening up the pores. When you open up the pores in the metal, it'll accept the bluing and it'll go deeper into the metal. This takes a few coats. Be patient with it. It depends on how dark the barrel is and how many coats you're going to need to put on it. Some will take in one coating, some will take up to 7 or 8 coats. This one here is a little darker than an average barrel, so this one's going to take a few coats. it off a little in between. Now you have to do it about every 30 seconds or so because it does stop working after it's been applied. Once it starts connecting with the metal, it'll actually stop working after a while, so then you just got to keep reapplying it. Now a bottle of Nu-Blu will last quite a while. It'll do probably 6 full guns. As far as the rust-away goes, that should last you about a lifetime, unless you really work on barrels every day. Spill there, put that up. Now we're going to apply the final coat. We're just about where we want to be. Now, on this last coat, you're going to want to go up and down the entire stretch of most of the barrel. That's going to blend that into the original bluing also. This doesn't affect the original bluing. Just gives you a better blend. All right. Now, once that's done, all you do is take some 4/0 steel wool and give it a light buffing. And there you go. You've got a Nu-Blu barrel. Now, you're going to want to protect the metal after you glue it. Now the best thing that I found is called rust proof. It's been around since 1932. It was developed by the military. It comes in this chamois, which is preloaded. Now on any gun, I recommend that you wipe down the entire gun, but this is going to put a nitro solvent coating on the barrel, and it's going to preserve that from any rust from your fingertips coming onto it when you store the gun. It's going to make it so that it doesn't rust when you're out in the field with it. Just give that a good wiping down and put it away, and we'll just let it sit until you use it again. And then when you're going to use it again, just take a rag, wipe off the solvent, and you're going to be good to go. Do it again, put it back on when you're ready to put the gun away until you use it again.